So yesterday we talked about inverse functions and what they were, and specifically that you're undoing the things you've already done. And so now we're going to talk in more depth and just practice what it means to find the inverse. So it's a pretty straightforward process, if you recall. The first thing I'm going to do is rewrite my equation so that I don't have f of x in it. And once I've done that, inverse means we're going to switch x and y. Sorry, I didn't really need that comma, but specifically our input and output trade places. And so when I do that, I will end up with the following equation. X equals 5 over 2 y minus 8. So officially, I have the inverse right here. But to get it in function notation form, I have to get y alone. So I'm going to do that by adding 8 to both sides, which gives me x plus 8 equals 5 over y, 5 halves y. And now I need to undo this. So I have two choices with this fraction of how to undo it. I can either times by 2 and make the fraction a little simpler and then divide after I'm done with that, or I can multiply by the reciprocal. I'm going to go ahead and just times by 2. On both sides, and I need to put some parentheses on this side when I do that. And I get 2 parentheses x plus 8. I'm not going to bother to distribute. Equals 5y. And then I will do my last step, which is divide by 5. And so I end up with 2 parentheses x plus 8 over, close parentheses, over 5 equals 5y. And my final answer, which I'm going to write up here, the inverse function is f inverse of x equals 2x plus 16 over 5, which again would be if I distributed. I don't need to distribute. I just did that to show you another answer, so you can leave it like this. You just rewrite f inverse in front of it. And that's pretty much it. So let's try a harder one. And that would be this one with cubes. And so it's similar. I use similar numbers because I'm boring like that. And again, we start the same way. Now, I'm not going to bother to rewrite it. I'm just going to start with the switch. So I'm now going to have x over here equals 2 parentheses y minus 5 cubed plus 8. So there I am. And so now I'm going to solve for y. X minus 8. Remember, we have to go in reverse order. Divide everything by 2. X minus 8 over 2 equals y minus 5 cubed. Take the cube root. Cube root of x minus 8 over 2 equals y minus 5. And so y equals cube root of x minus 8 all over 2 plus 5. And so you'll notice I didn't show my steps, but here I subtracted 8 from both sides. Here I divided both sides by 2. Here I cube rooted both sides. Here I've added 5 to the other side. So I'm finished. Rewrite my function, f inverse, excuse me, this is g. G inverse of x equals cube root of x minus 8 all over 2 plus 5. And so those are my two functions. Now there's a few problems on your worksheet that you're going to be working on in a moment that ask you to graph. So we're going to quickly remember how to graph, and that's right. That's why I have this piece of graph paper down here. To do that, I'm going to actually use a different page. I lost my train of thought with that slight technical difficulty. I hope it didn't mess up the recording too long. But anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead and graph these. Now this is just a parent function shift on this one. So let's just use that idea to help me. And the best thing that can help you is, of course, Desmos. So if you are welcome to use that, but it's been shifted to the right, 5 and up 8. So 5 and 8, so that's where my locator point is. And it's also been stretched by a factor of 2. And so that means it's going to kind of hug, get really tall and big on that kind of stuff. But that's your basic gist of what's going to go on here. And so it looks sort of like this. Now, that's good. And then this one's a little bit more tricky. We have a cube root function, which is this going sideways. Its locator point. I don't know what this one, the 1/2 is a factor, and it's going to be funky, but the locator point is still, I would say, 8 and +5, like there. And then it's going to something like so. And we, again, would use Desmos to verify. So go ahead and use Desmos, but that's the basic gist of what you're trying to do. We know we'll have done a good job if it's a reflection across the y-axis. This line, I did not do a good job. At this point is a reflection across, but other than that, I didn't do a good job. So, but that's the basic idea. So, good luck today, and I will talk to you when I see you on Wednesday.